we shall continue our discussion on Hamiltonian and Eulerian graphs. So we say a graph as an Eulerian path if it satisfies this. So Eulerian path is a spanning path containing all edges such that each edge is listed exactly once in the path. In the process of listing, we may list some of the vertices more than once, which is permitted. An Eulerian circuit or a cycle is a spanning cycle in which each edge appears exactly once. Some of the vertices can be repeated. If you look at Hamiltonian circuit or Hamiltonian path, where each vertex is appearing exactly once, spanning all of V of G. This one, each edge is appearing exactly once, spanning all of E of G, but in the process we may repeat some of the vertices, and which is acceptable. So let's look at this graph. Vertices are labeled 1, 2, 3 and edges are E1, E2 and so on. So if there exists a sequence of vertices and edges such that all edges are covered and with each edge listed exactly once, then we say this graph is Eulerian graph. Let's make an attempt. So let's try starting from 1, then we go to E1, then we go to 2, then E2, then say 3, E3, 4, E4, 5, then let's list E10. We are allowed to visit vertices more than once, so let's visit 3 and then I visit E9, then say 6, then E7, then we visit 2. Again, a vertex can be repeated more than once, and then E8, then we come to 5, then E5, then 6, E6 followed by 1. So now you see that each edge is listed exactly once in this process. Some of the vertices are listed more than once. For example, 2, you see that it is appearing more than once. Similarly, 3 is appearing more than once. That's fine. And so it's like this. So you are at a vertex V and there are edges that are going out. So we visit this V when we come via this E1. Then we take this E2 and leave V. Then after visiting some of them, again we enter V via this vertex. Then we leave via this. So that shows that there is a possibility of visiting a vertex more than once, but the edges should not be repeated. Now we see that starting from 1 and closing at 1, we have not repeated any of the edges and all edges are covered. Therefore, this graph is an Eulerian graph, or this one is an Eulerian circuit or a cycle. If you drop this vertex, then starting from 1 until E6, you see that it is an Eulerian path. So just like the way we discussed Hamiltonian path and Hamiltonian cycle, so there are graphs where we may find Eulerian path, but we may not find Eulerian circuit. All that can happen. Okay. Please note, again, let's revisit this picture. Look at a vertex V. Now, each edge is visited exactly once. So you visit E1, then visit V. Then you will have to leave V to visit other edges. So let us leave via this. Then we start visiting other vertices and edges and so on. Suppose it happens that in the process we have to reach or visit V again. Now what happens after visiting V again? So to leave that I have to choose a different edge. So at this point in time, I've taken E1. So to leave this, I've taken an edge E2. So edges should not be repeated. So we will not visit E1 and V2 again. For some reason, you have, after visiting some of the other edges and vertices, suppose you happen to enter V again through some edge, say E10. Now to leave this, I cannot take E1 and E2. So you are forced to take some other edge. So what is this telling us? If you visit a vertex, entry edge and exit edge are different at each time. So which means these two contributes to, these two contributes another two, and again after some iteration you happen to enter V again, then you will have to choose a different edge to exit. So which means each entry exit contributes two distinct edges or degree 2 to the degree of V. That shows that this is true for all V. So which means first time when you visit degree is 2, second time degree 4. So like that if you notice, so that shows that a graph G is Eulerian, meaning it has Eulerian circuit. As Eulerian circuit, if and only if for all V, degree of V is an even number. So if you enter via E1, you will have to choose a different edge. So right now we have seen 2. Then if you enter via E10, we have to choose a different edge. Now it is 4. So every time when I enter V, I have to choose a different edge. So which means degree of V must be even. This must be true for all vertices. So that shows that a graph is Eulerian if and only if for all V, degree of V is even. Okay. So let's look at this graph. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what we will do is, for clarity purpose, let us name the edges also. So E1, E2, E3, E4, E5, E6, E7, E8 and E9. So now starting from 1, let's go to E1, then 2, then E2, 3, E3, then 4, E4, 5, E9. At 5, I am taking this. So E9, then 2, E8, then we are taking this. So 8, E7, then 7, E6, and 5, E5, followed by 6. So this tells you that starting from 1, like this, we are going and reaching out to 6. Now here is a sequence of vertices and edges. Some of the vertices are repeated, that's fine, but no edges repeated. And it covers all of E of G, so which means this is an Eulerian path. But from 6, you cannot come back to 1, you cannot take this edge again, and so that's not possible. So instead of starting at 1, if you start from any other vertex, the scenario is the same. So here is a graph which has Eulerian path, but there is no Eulerian cycle. So please note the condition that graph is Eulerian, having Eulerian circuit if and only if degree of V is even. This condition is only for graphs having Eulerian circuit. For Eulerian path, some relaxation is allowed. For example, look at this graph. In this, not all vertices are having even degree. For example, this and this are having odd degree, and you see that this is Eulerian path but not having Eulerian circuit. So this condition is applicable for Eulerian graphs having Eulerian circuit, but for Eulerian path some relaxation can be given. So we don't demand that for all of them it has to be even. Okay. So just like Hamiltonian cycle and Hamiltonian path, Eulerian circuit, Eulerian path find good applications in the field of computer science. As we move along, we will see more applications. You can also take a look at the scribe assignments to get to know the application oriented problems. We shall next discuss planar graphs. What are planar graphs? A graph with a plane drawing. What is a plane drawing? It is a drawing of edges such that no two edges cross each other. For example, so you say a graph is planar if there exists a plane drawing. Let's look at this graph. So this graph, you see that the edges are drawn in such a way that no two edges cross each other. So this graph, this is a plane drawing. It's a plane drawing. Therefore, the graph is a planar graph. So let's look at this graph. Now you see that this drawing is not a plane drawing. So you see that edges cross each other. So this is not a plane drawing. See, please note with this, do not conclude G is non-planar. Definition only says this one is a planar graph if there exists a plane drawing. So which means, is there a way of redrawing this so that it becomes a plane drawing? So what we will do is we will draw like this, and this edge, instead of drawing like this, let's draw like this. Now this is a plane drawing, which means the underlying graph is planar. Underlying graph is K4, so K4 is a planar graph. Fine. So the given drawing may not look like a plane drawing, so one has to see, is there a redrawing which will ensure there are no crossing of edges. Let's look at K5. Let's make an attempt let's draw in such way that it is a plane drawing. So this is allowed, this is allowed. Now I should not draw this one, instead let me draw like this. So I should not draw this edge, instead let me draw this. Now only one edge is missing, right? Suppose we draw like this, then it will cross. If we draw like this, then it will cross this. So that shows that K5, it is symmetric. You start from any vertex, you see that if you draw like this, then it crosses these two edges. If you draw like this, then it crosses this edge. So K5 no plane drawing, which means K phi is non-planar. But we have just left one edge. So interestingly, K phi minus, you leave one edge. K phi minus E is from K phi remove any one edge. From K phi remove any edge. So now we see that K phi minus E as a plane drawing. So K phi minus E as a plane drawing. Therefore K phi minus E is non-planar. Sorry, K phi minus E is planar. So K phi does not have plane drawing. So K phi is non-planar. So we have to see that is there a way of drawing in such a way that no two edges cross each other. It turns out that K phi is non-planar, but from K phi you remove any one edge, we get a plane drawing. So K phi minus E is planar. So let's look at K3, 3. So what is this graph? This is a complete bipartite graph with 3 vertices on each side. So please note, when we say Kn, it is a complete graph, K3, K4 and so on. If you look at K22, K22 is a complete bipartite graph with 2 vertices on each side. So it's complete, so which means all possible edges must be there. From this, all possible edges. From this, all possible edges. And by definition, there are no edges inside. So if you look at K2, 3, you see that on this side 2 vertices, on the other side there are 3 vertices, all possible edges from partition 1 to partition this. Now let's draw K33. We will draw in such a way that maintaining planarity and plane drawing. Okay. So now these 3 edges, fine, planarity is not affected. So let's draw this, planarity is not affected, planarity is not affected. Now this has to be adjacent to 2 of them, this and this. Let's draw like this. It's drawn. So we have drawn in such a way that no 2 edges cross each other. Now this has to be adjacent to this as well as this. So let's make it adjacent to this, no problem. Now one edge is left out, so I need to draw an edge from here to here. But you see that if we go like this, then we will cross this. If we go like this, we will cross this. If we go like this, we will cross this. So that shows that K33 is non-planar, while K33 minus E is planar. You just drop one edge, any one edge, you get a plane drawing. Therefore K33 minus E is planar, whereas K33 is non-planar. And these graphs are also planar. You can come up with a plane drawing. So this is on one side, and this one we will have to draw in such a way that no edges cross each other. So you see that So you see that I can draw like this one can be drawn like this. That shows that K23 is planar. This one is precisely C4. So if you take this vertex this side, you get like this. So that shows that K2 is equivalent to C4. The graph is planar. All cycles are planar, therefore K22 is planar. So interestingly, K5 is non-planar, K33 is non-planar, which means starting from K5, all its super graphs, so K n greater than or equal to 5, K6, K7 and so on, they are all non-planar. So simple reason is K6 is a subgraph of K5 and K5 is subgraph in K6. Subgraph is non-planar, so supergraph is non-planar. If H is a subgraph of G and H is non-planar, then supergraph G is non-planar. So K5 is non-planar and it is a subgraph of K6, so K6 is non-planar. Not just K6, K7, K8, K100 and all that. So similarly, K33 is non-planar, its supergraphs K33 is non-planar, implies that K3, 4 is non-planar, K6, 6 is non-planar. So all its supergraphs are non-planar. So the study of planar graphs has got nice applications in the field of computer architecture, chip design. When it comes to hardware design, you see that the underlying network among circuit components is a planar graph, because these lines represents electrical wiring. So the fabrication must be done in such a way that no two lines cross each other. So which means design of hardware components and the associated graph theoretic model must be a planar graph. So we ask for a plane drawing. So then subsequently routing problem and scheduling problem with respect to hardware design or in the context of chip design is equivalent to studying an appropriate problem in the context of planar graphs. So as you can see, almost every problem we come across, there is an associated graph theoretic model, and the moment you model them as an appropriate graph, then you see that things are falling in place. And more about planar we will see as we move along.